What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Tough loss for them boys on a back-to-back to the Chicago Bulls. 108 to 100. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. I'm not even upset with the loss, honestly. The Knicks just didn't seem to have it in the beginning of the game, right? They coming off of which was an emotional win last night, especially coming off the whole Julius news and all that other stuff. So they had to really grind it out. So to imagine get on a flight and come back and go up to the Windy City after an earthquake in New Jersey or New York, all over the tri-state. And you got to get ready to play. The Bulls were ready. Bulls were off since Monday, so they had rested legs, and you could see it in the beginning of the game. The Knicks just didn't have it. And to me, that was the ball game, right? They didn't really have enough to obviously. They fought back really, really well. But I just think Chicago had a little bit more, man. They just had a little bit more juice. And I think that's kind of like what was pretty much the ball game. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to them boys, 108 to 100. Before I really get into the particulars of the game, I mean, was that not a bogus call on Josh Hart, man? Sometimes, you don't really want to say that the refs are in their bag. Like, you don't want to go there, right? You don't want to pull out a Donaghy. You don't want to do that. But certain things just seem like, are you kidding me? You're going to eject him with a flagrant 2 for that? I understand what the rules are, but he wasn't trying to hurt the kid. He wasn't going up there trying to kick him in his head. He was trying to get his balance together. It looks like sometimes these refs are looking for any reason to either not call a foul on Brunson or try to do something against the Knicks. So whatever. I don't know what's going on. But that did not make any sense. And to me, that played a major, major part in why the Knicks lost today. I mean, a terrible call. Terrible call. Flagrant to the game just started. So he's just out here kicking people in their heads, but they letting Draymond Green run around and do what he does. He's not out the NBA. Josh Hart is not known to be a dirty player, man. That's not who he is. He's never had. He just plays hard. So to me, that stuff is all got to be taken into consideration when you're making a call like that. The guy is not known for that. He's not known for doing dirty stuff. So why would he kick the guy in his head? Why would he do that on purpose? So you're going to give him a flagrant 2 and eject him for that? Flagrant 1, cool. If you want to give him a tech for it, fine. But you don't throw the guy out for that. And to me, that ejection had a big impact on the game because it messed up the Knicks' rotation, right? Substitution, all that type of stuff. And I thought that's really where, the Bulls kind of started to get momentum, right? They were playing well already, but that really gave them a lot of momentum, right? And then that one kid, he looked like a Josh Hart clone, right? I forget his name. Let me forget his name. What was his name? Was it Green? Like 25 points off the bench, man. Oh, guys, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 108 to 100. Yeah, Green. Just Knicks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. 108 to 100. Yeah, Devontae Green, man. He's like a clone Josh Hart. He was everywhere. Getting loose balls, getting tips. He was doing everything. He was doing the Josh Hart stuff for them. And that played a major impact as to why they won the game today. Because I thought the Knicks started to pick it up. After that, kind of similar to what happened last night against the Kings, the Knicks started picking it up. But he was getting all the little loose balls and things of that nature. And I think that those were little plays, right? That's what Josh Hart does to the Knicks. That's why I keep stressing that. And that's really what gave them A lot of energy. Just Nick said, do you think the Knicks are going to trade Randall? No, they're not. They're not going to trade Randall. No way. No way. Randall's a major key to what it is that they like to do. And Tibbs loves him, right? Randall's a workhorse. We would be a totally different team if Randall was here. So, let's not, be so quick to trade him. I didn't think the Knicks were going to make that move. Hey, guys, really quick. I want to please give me a thumbs up if my mic sounds okay. Does it sound staticky at all? Just guys, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know if the mic sounds staticky or if it does or if it doesn't. How does my mic sound? Thumbs up, just Knicks. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Had some technical issues yesterday. I kind of heard some things on a playback I didn't really like. So appreciate you guys. But no, they don't trade Randall. There's no way, man. He. Did you see what the Knicks were in January? So the key is Knicks 100 GM, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss on the boys, 108 to 100. See how they looked in January? That's a little inkling, a little inside thing to what they could possibly be. Now, I would see a lot of picks going out, along with Bogdanovich, Burks, and I would not be surprised if they let go of Mitch to bring in another scorer next to Brunson. And DiVincenzo come off the bench with McBride, with Precious Achua, and with Josh Hart. I would not be surprised if they do that. Just Nick says Scoop B said he heard the Knicks were interested in trading for DeMar and Caruso. Yeah, that was early. That was earlier. I was hearing that too. DeRozan's tough, man. He's a shot maker, man. And see, guys like that are what wins you playoff games. You saw it tonight, right? The Knicks started making a little push, but he kept on hitting them 15-footers, and Anunoby was on him. But we're going to touch on OG Anunoby. You saw what he was tonight, right? So that's an inside to how good he looks. But DeRozan is just a shot maker, man. Those 15-footers are water. He gets them off with no problem, man. No problem. He would be a nice piece for us, but he's a little on the older end. You know what I'm saying? So, he's going to try to go someplace and get paid. He's on his way out. So, that's what I see. So, but DeRozan looked good tonight. But so yeah, so these refs, man, I was really, really upset by that because that changed the whole dynamic of the game and the substitutions and stuff like that. Now it was the return of OG Anunoby tonight, right? I thought he looked fabulous. He had to rev up a bit, kind of get used to the flow of the game, but he looked fabulous. Fabulous. You see just how much he changes this team. Now you put Josh Hart out there, we win this game tonight. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. So you have Josh Hart in there. We win this game tonight. Because defensively, we started locking in. And you could see that they didn't have enough for us. They just didn't. But because our rotations were kind of messed up, I think that I played a major part. I also thought, I'm gonna touch on OG a little bit more, but I also thought one thing Tibbs could have did, which I think he messed up on. Whenever Drummond was in, I would have had Mitch in. You need a big body for Drummond, right? Because you got to understand Drummond is about 6'11", but he's like 280 solid as a rock. Pause. Right? You can't move him down there. But when he was having a problem was when Mitch was down there. So I would have matched Mitch's minutes with Drummond. When they had what's the big man? Vujacic? When they had Vujacic in towards the end and they had Drummond down there, I would have brought Mitch in on Drummond and had iHeart on Vucevic. That's what I would have did. I wouldn't have had Precious on him. Now, I don't know if he's just trying to monitor minutes with Mitch, and I think that's what it was. But that's what I would have did. I would have had Mitch on Drummond, and I would have had iHeart on Vucevic. That's what I would have did because they were killing us on the glass. killing us. Drummond is a monster, man. He's a monster in that Baja. I would have had Mitch down there banging with him. That's what I would have did. And so all that stuff, you would have cleaned up that. You know what I mean? That stuff that he was getting. Because you see he's coming off the bench. He's bullying dudes. See, the same stuff Drummond is doing is what Mitch could be doing for us. So that's what I would have did. Now, I don't know. Once again, I think that they're really trying to monitor Mitch's minutes. So I think he only played 11 minutes tonight. So I think that's what they're trying to do. He's still getting back in playing shape. But I would have did that tonight. Just to kind of see where he's at, to see if he's able to do that. Because when you go big, Iheart moves his feet so well that he could guard a four like Vucevic, who's a pop out, who could pop out and hit that three. And he hit that three at the top of the key, and that was a ball game after that. When he hit that, I said ball game. I knew that was pretty much it. So that's what I think Tibbs could have did. Now back to OG Anunoby. How long has he been out now? What did he miss? 8 games since that elbow? You the way he played, you thought he didn't miss no games. Attacking the rim. Did you see him defensively getting deflections, getting steals, knocking down timely threes? Once again, when you look in the definition of a 3D wing, that's what you'll see his face. Perfect for what it is that we do. He just has to stay healthy. But when he is on the court, look at the difference. It's a huge difference. And DeRozan is a tough check. Everyone understands that. But there's not too many dudes out there who can do what DeRozan does. From that 15-footer, that, you know what I mean? There's a couple of guys out there that have it, but it's not too many, man. The 15-footer king. There's nobody better than DeRozan from that, man. So he's tough to deal with. But I really, truly thought that OG looked fabulous tonight. He looked really, really good. Let me see, how many minutes did he have tonight? What did he play? Let me just check really quick. He only played 30 minutes tonight, 29 minutes, which I thought was good. What I thought was good, perfect. Even with Josh Hart going down, he only played 29 minutes. So I thought that was beautiful, man. I thought that was beautiful. Slowly but surely. We're at the point now, believe it or not, I'm just ready for the playoffs now, man. Like, I just want guys to get to the playoffs and everybody be healthy. Like I want these games to hurry up. I wish they could just lock in the playoffs today and the Knicks could start next week. I'm tired of these last couple of games, man, especially against like these teams that are trying to fight for spots like the Bulls and Bucks. Like our only real true easy game, like that we don't have to really worry about playing guys, is probably against like Boston, because they're probably not going to play their guys, and Brooklyn. But the Bulls are fighting for a spot, man. So it's like you got to play them. Like you can't, like, we don't just want to throw away games neither, right? Let me get the Bucks right. They're trying to lock down that spot. I think the Bucks lost tonight again. So, these last 6 games are just a pain, man, because I really want guys to get healthy. That's what I really want. The NBA, how they did this scheduling is terrible, man. Like the Knicks are out in Milwaukee and Chicago. I mean, it's the same area, so they're going to be close. So they got to just stay over there for 6 days. Then they go to Boston. Then they come home for 2 games. Then they play the Bulls again. Like they're playing. Like, why couldn't the Bulls be Charlotte, man? Why couldn't that happen? Or Washington, so we could just be a cruise right into the playoffs. That's all I want. That's all I want, because we gotta maintain this health, man. I don't want anybody else getting hurt. I don't want anything else going on. And for me, that's the most important thing is health right now at this point. Seeding is okay. If it's up to me, I would either love to get the 3 or the 6 seed. Honestly, I don't really like that 4-5 matchup, because we will probably get Boston in the second round. I don't like that. I would rather be 3 or 6. Because I think wherever we're at in 3 or 6, we win. 4 and 5, I think we win too. But I'm trying to avoid Boston as much as I can. So we definitely have to see how that looks. But It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough, this last stretch, these last 6 games, man, because them guys are coming out and they're playing hard. You know what I mean? So basically, without being said, these last 6 games, man, basically, well, I would say 4 out of the 6, to me, is basically playoff basketball. You know what I'm saying? Knicks 100 GM says, oh, he said, you bugging, LV. He said, we ain't beating the Pacers or the Magic, LV. I got us beating both. Knicks 100 GM. I do. The team that I'm afraid of the most, honestly, is Miami. That's who worries me the most. And believe it or not, it's the Sixers too, because Embiid is back. So they're a different team when he's in that middle, man. We can't forget about how good he is. So, I don't worry about teams who've never been there. Like the Pacers haven't been there before, man. They don't know what they're doing. The Magic is young. They don't know what they're doing either. So, yeah, we could do matchups and all this other stuff, but this is playoff basketball, man. These guys have not been here before. So I'm really not too worried about them. I think the moment will be a little bit too big for them. So that's why I would rather an experienced team as opposed to a team that's experienced and has been there before, like the Heat or the Sixers. Knicks 100 GM. So that's why I'm worried about that, to be totally honest with you. Those other young teams, I'm not too worried about. I think the Knicks will be okay. I'm not saying the Knicks sweep them. I'm not saying it's going to be as dominating as it was against the Cavs last year. But for both of those teams, I could see the Knicks winning in 6. I could see that. So we got to see. But all in all, man, tough game today. Tough game. I think it was just tired legs. You know what I mean? So that's why losing Josh Hart was tough. I will say this though, guys. I will say this. I think that Bogdanović is starting to kind of get his legs, because he played well again tonight. Back-to-back nights, man. He played well again tonight, coming off the bench, man. He had 9 points. I thought he had some big buckets when we needed one. You know what I mean? So he was hitting a couple of shots. They caught him on that little pity pat travel, man. That's when he took the young boy to school with the scoop. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really too, I thought that was crazy. But he seems like he's getting a little pep in his step, man. He's kind of starting to knock down a couple of shots. So I think those are going to be important. If he can get the Knicks anywhere between 12 to 14 points off the bench, I think that'll be great. And then also, too, Deuce coming off the bench is even better, right? So I love that, too. I love Deuce, start. I think he does good. But having OG Anunoby back changes everything with this rotation. And bringing Deuce off the bench is fabulous. And once again, I love Mitch with that second unit. Because when guys start shooting up bricks and stuff like that, Mitch will be there to clean it up. There's not going to be too many bigs that can handle Mitch Nabbaha on that second unit. So I love that. You know what I mean? So I thought that was good. Thought Devo kind of had an off night tonight, man. Thought he had an off night tonight, and that kind of hurt too. But the loss of Josh Hart, matters, because remember, Josh Hart is like, loose cannon out there. He's running around getting loose balls, doing whatever, like playing with his hair on fire. So that really helps Devo, because then with Josh Hart running and gunning like how he does, swings the Devo, hits those threes, then we're good to go. He was kind of off tonight, and that hurt as well too. Because how much did he have last night? Didn't he have 20 last night, I believe? So, him being able to knock down that shot, I thought, was kind of played a big part with that. But I think all in all, man, I think it was the young kid, Green. He played big, but who was really big for them was Drummond, man. Drummond was a monster on the boards. He was a monster just defensively, getting deflections, pushing guys around down there. That's why I would have loved Mitch to get more minutes against Drummond, because that's who really was giving the Knicks like most of the problems, honestly. Like that just being able to get those offensive rebounds, or those rebounds, tip balls, block shots. You got to understand, Drummond was a max guy at one point. You know what I mean? So he's no bum. He's solid in that Baja. So you're going to need someone who's going to be able to match him. And I think that's where Mitch comes in. And so I think we kind of missed that, and that's why I think that played a major part because that's what tipped the scales. Josh Hart getting ejected, of course, but what tipped the scales really was the Javonte Green kid. We didn't see him coming out dropping over 20, and Drummond being kind of going back in time and being the old Drummond, right, when he was a monster, max guy, getting doubles all over the place. You know what I mean? So I think that played a major part, right? Thought Brunson was good tonight, man. Brunson's good for tonight. He had 35 again tonight, man. I thought he was big. His three ball has been off, man. It hasn't really been falling the way it used to, but I thought he was big. He had 35. He had 11 assists tonight, so I thought he played really, really well. But outside of that, we wasn't really getting any type of production from anybody else. And to me, that's really what hurt tonight. And I think that's where, once again, a guy like Josh Hart really changes things for you because him getting out on a run, getting offensive rebounds, getting defensive rebounds, gets other guys involved, gets us extra shots. And then also too, we get shots, we get layups on fast breaks. He's like his own fast break. But at the same time, it gives a lot of openings to, guys like Devo and of course Deuce and now OG Anunoby, right? So Knicks 100 GM said Brunson looked a mess ever since All-Star break. Brunson looked a mess. What are you talking about? He just got Eastern Conference Player of the Month. It's a long Friday night, man. I get it, man. Sorry. But yeah, man, tough one, man. Tough one tonight. But it's a back-to-back, man. It's a back-to-back. You got to kind of expect sometimes, these guys are going to have a doozy. All right, but let me look at the standings really quick, man, because I think the Knicks are back in the I think they're back in the 5th seed now because they got bumped up to the 4th seed because Orlando lost tonight. Knicks are back down to the 5th seed. So remember, Orlando has the tiebreaker with them, so the Knicks are back down to the 5th seed, and they're a game and a half out of the 6th seed. So I don't know, man. I'm okay with them getting that 6th seed. Get 2 games up on Miami. Miami won tonight. They're 2 games up on Miami, but they're they're 2 games out of the 2nd seed too. This is an ill race, man. They're tied with Orlando. They're 1 game out from the 3 seed. They're half a game up on the 6 seed. They're 2 games up from the 7th seed, 3 games up from the 8th seed. I mean, this can get ugly. You know what I mean? Fast, or it can get really pretty too. So it all depends. You know what I mean? Last 10 games, the Knicks are 5-5, man. So we're just trying to keep this ship steady. Like I said, just to crawl into the playoffs, man. Like we got to get it to the playoffs, man. That's all I'm focused on. Coach said we need a big that can shoot. Of course, we need a big that can shoot, but he's injured. He's out for the season. His name is Randall. His name ain't Cat. Knock it off, Coach. Okay, not tonight, man. We lost the game. Okay, let's talk about this when we win. Knicks 100 GM says putting up shots doesn't mean you're playing well. So you think Brunson hasn't been playing well? Interesting. Precious couldn't stretch the floor when we needed. Yeah, man. Precious has got to. What's crazy, Coach? It's that Precious has come back down to earth now, and I think that you got to kind of put him. It's just certain matchups he doesn't do well with. Certain guys he does do well with. He can't, like, when Drummond's out there, you can't put him down there with Drummond, man. Drummond's too much. You got to play Mitch on him. Drummond's too much. Remember, Drummond used to be a max guy, man. He's no scrub. So you got to have a guy out there that is similar to him, which is Mitch. And then you can let Precious play the 4 and let him float. Get offensive rebounds, block shots, because he's an energy guy too. But yeah, this is a tough matchup for him. Okay, I said when our assists are down, we lose. Yeah, man. Yeah, we didn't really get much point production from anybody tonight. But like I said, losing Josh Hart was tough because he opens up the offense in a lot of ways for us. Tough loss tonight. Tough loss tonight. Tough loss. Okay, so let's take a look at the schedule, man. We got the Bucks coming up. And then right after that, we got Chicago again. Yeah, it's ill, man. Like I said, I just want to get through this, man. So we got Milwaukee Sunday. Then after that, we got the Bulls on Tuesday. Then we got Boston on Thursday. And then we got a back-to-back. We go back home right after that. And we got the Nets on Friday. And then we end off the season next Sunday. Home against the Bulls. And hopefully we can kind of be like in the, hey, man, I'm going for either the 3 or the 6 seed. I'm being honest with you. I'm being totally honest with you. If we can get a 2 seed, great. I will not be mad at that, but I doubt that. I doubt that. We got the Bucks next, so hopefully we can knock them off and then be 1 game out of the 2nd seed, right? Because that's pretty much how it's going. I believe the Bucks lost again tonight, so yeah, man. This is a crazy race. This is a crazy race. Everybody's kind of neck and neck with everybody, man. So we just got to kind of just hold on to the ship, man. Hold on to the ship. Stack some wins. Just don't get too far down. You know what I mean? So, but once again, if it's up to me, I'm going for the 3 or the 6 seed. Then I'm happy. Avoid Boston in that 2nd round. And I think, believe it or not, I think the Knicks would have a chance to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals because I think we match up well with everybody else except for Boston. All right, but listen, guys, that's my show. I will return Sunday to talk about the Bucks game. All right, so please come through. All right, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, if you're watching this on replay, it's your first time coming by to the channel, please subscribe and also hit that like button and leave comments. Okay, so we can go back and forth for debate. I respond to comments, so please do so. All right, but listen, but that's my show. I'm LV Live, and I appreciate everybody coming by. All right, I'm out of here, people. Peace.